House of Cards returns November 2nd.
Yeah.
Okay.
For the final.
Now, for those who are watching right now and can hear as well, you are a very nice person.
Okay. Thank you.
Smiling a lot, laughing a lot. Doug Stamper, who you play on House of Cards, is exactly the opposite.
Yeah.
Where do you find that in you, Michael Kelly?
I always say that there's a little bit of you in every one that you play. You try to bring as much of yourself to the character. I don't know where I am in that guy, except for that he does, I believe at least. I mean, I know that he does some horrible things, but he does have a good heart underneath. He does what he does because he thinks it's the right thing to do. Mm-hmm. But inside, he's a misunderstood kind of guy. He's a complicated, misunderstood kind of guy.
Right.
That has a decent heart. He just never has had, you see the relationship with his brother, with his family. Nothing was ever great in his life, so he's just sort of finding his way through it. And his addiction, his work, all of that is sort of a byproduct. He just finds his way through life.
Well, I'm not going to troll for a spoiler because I know you will not cough one up.
Yep.
But does it get tied up in a neat bow by the end of it? Can you at least give us that?
Certainly a lot does. I mean, they do. It is a proper ending and a send off to a show that's been on for 6 years. You do. I think the audience will feel some sense of resolve to it. I can't believe what the writers pulled off. When you think about the fact that we were 2 episodes in with Kevin when they put us on the hold there, and what they were able to pull off in 3 months. They had all 13 were pretty much done, and then to completely rewrite a season in 3 months.
So I do remember that you were 2 episodes in when Kevin Spacey was pulled off the cast.
Yeah.
So you as an actor and everybody else, you go back to whatever you were doing or whatever you had to do for 3 months while the writers came together and rewrote the final season of House of Cards.
Yeah, and it happened in stages, right? We all went home. I was home when it happened. It happened midday, and Robin was there, and she said, "Let's finish the day." And the whole crew stayed. They were like, "You guys can go home," and they were like, "Let's finish our day." And they all stayed and finished the day. And then we were on a hiatus, and there was a lot of uncertainty. But Robin and myself and Netflix and MRC, everyone was just like, we gotta finish this. And it was just sort of like, okay, but how? So it was 3 months of sort of figuring out how we could do it and how we could bring that conclusion for the fans. And that was the first streaming show on Netflix. It was the first original content show. And I think everyone was just like, well, we got to finish it. We have to.
So because I was going to say that, Michael Kelly here on the Rich Eisen Show, that, the ultimate compliment to House of Cards is when you first came on the air, it's like, okay, interesting show, but it's on a streaming service, like it's not on TV and it's not on pay cable and it's not something that I could just turn the television on. I got to find it on my TV or stream it. Now there's thousands of shows.
It's funny. I remember having the phone call with B, my manager, and he was like, "How's it going?" We were a few weeks in, and Fincher had showed me some dailies. He's like,
David Fincher,
sorry, yeah,
sure.
And he said, "How's it going?" And I was like, "We're making something incredible. I don't know if anyone's ever going to see it, but we are making something incredible." I knew you could feel it on set. The writing was so good, the directing was so good, the acting was incredible. I had never been surrounded by such a group of fine actors at that time in my career, and it was just, we all knew it. But it was, the unknown was Netflix, funny enough. It was like, oh, I wonder, how are they going to watch it?
Right. And now it's just second nature, and you're on an Amazon show, Jack Ryan with John Krasinski, who is a diehard Patriot fan.
Yes.
Because funny, you were on my podcast with my wife yesterday, and she's a diehard Patriot fan, and she was making fun of my Jet fandom without revealing her Patriot fandom yet. And I'm like, guess what team she is? And you went, don't tell me Patriots.
Well,
seems like you're surrounded by them.
I could tell in the way in which she was gloating. I was like, she's a Patriots fan. She didn't say her team. I was like, that's a Patriots fan. We're going to win. We always win.
Is Krasinski like that too?
No, he's a pretty cool guy. He laughs. He laughs about that. But Wendell's actually worse because he's a Saints fan.
We've had him on the show.
And but he told me something. We were just together at a birthday party a few nights ago. And he said, you know what? I'm going to stop shit talking because of you. He said, I've decided, because he was jabbing me about the upcoming game. And I was like, I don't do that, man. I don't talk trash because it just always comes back to bite you. And he's like, what do you mean? He didn't understand.
Well,
he wanted to talk trash. And I was like, I don't know, man. Good luck, you know.
So what did you say after the game?
He was pretty cool. Like
Okay.
he throws one around and then he's like, I'm just playing. But then he told me, he's like, I think I'm going to stop doing that.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.